It is a title race in Italy, and also Champions League race in Italy and England. All right, just looking at the table, Napoli's got a 1 point advantage against Inter after Inter ended up drawing last week because of a terrible penalty decision, which, I mean, that's football, bro. Like, sometimes decisions don't go your way. Even if VAR is involved, they still don't go your way. I don't think it was a penalty, but hey, Inter are now a point behind Napoli because of it. Atalanta are locked into that 3 spot, and then Juventus, Roma, and Lazio are all fighting for a Champions League spot. All right, first up, Como hosting Inter. This is going to be a tough one for Inter. I think they still will win, so they're going to be able to put the pressure on Napoli. Still no Lautaro Martinez for Inter, but I think they'll still be able to get it done. They will be able to find goals in this one. I got Inter winning this one 2, Como 0. And then just jumping into the other game, look, I got the shirt on for a reason. I think Napoli are going to get it done at Cagliari. Bro, they got to win this one. I think their midfield is going to be wide open. I think McTominay is going to get a goal involvement in this one. I got them winning. The nerves are going to hit them maybe for the first 20, 25 minutes, but they're going to score in the first half, and they're going to start flowing. I think this one's going to end up Napoli 2, Cagliari 1. And I think Napoli will win the Scudetto in Italy for the second time in 3 years. I want this to go to a playoff. Obviously, everyone wants it to go to a playoff, but I just don't see it happening. I think for it to go to a playoff, since Napoli are a point ahead, Napoli have to lose and Inter have to draw. I just don't see that kind of result happening. But it would be absolute cinema if we went to a playoff, okay? I will be rooting to go for a playoff, so... but I just don't think it's going to happen. As for the other results in Italy, I'm just going to go through these really fast. Lazio actually hit a pretty decent run of form. They haven't lost in their last 5 games. Lecce, I mean, they're a bottom half of the table team for a reason. They're just not better than Lazio. I have Lazio. They're going to edge this one just barely. They're going to win this one 1-0 to Lecce. Another game for the Champions League spot. Roma against Torino. Again, Roma against a team that just is not good enough to beat this Roma team. I am really liking the way Roma are playing under Ranieri. I think they're looking fantastic. I really hope he's able to stay for next season because I think they might have Champions League football on the doorstep. I got Roma 3, Torino 1. I just think Roma are way too good for Torino. They'll win. The last game of any substance in terms of a Champions League spot, Juventus at Venezia. Venezia are actually fighting for their lives here at the bottom of the table. If they win, they could jump Lecce and get out of relegation, which is huge. So they'll be gunning for a victory. Juventus will be gunning for a victory. And you know what that means in Serie A? It means draw. So I got Venezia 1, Juventus 1, and if that actually ends up happening, the table will be looking like Napoli in first with 82 points, Inter at second with 81 points, Atalanta locked in third. I think they'll still win, so Atalanta with 77 points in third. Roma jump Juve into fourth place and get that final Champions League spot at fourth place with 69 points, and Juventus and Lazio are tied at 68 points. I'm not sure how Serie A will deal with that. It might go down to goal difference. If it is goal difference, Juventus will take the Europa League spot, and Lazio will have the Conference League spot. So that's how I see the Serie A looking like on the final match day. So in order, I'll go through it again. Napoli first, Inter second, Atalanta 3, Roma 4th, Juve 5th, Lazio 6th. That's how I see it. Of course, on the other side of Europe, we have the Premier League Champions League race. Obviously, the title is decided. Liverpool rightfully crowned champions in England. But hey, there are a lot of teams that are trying to get into this Champions League race, okay? First up, Manchester City at Fulham. This is not an easy game. City coming off a very nice win against Bournemouth. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as they made it look. And Fulham are coming off a really good win too. So both teams, I think, will be up for it. Fulham don't necessarily have as much to play for as City. They will want to play the upset, so they'll be up for it. I still think City are just going to be able to edge this one, though. I have City 2, Fulham 1. Another big game for the Champions League race. Aston Villa going to Old Trafford. Obviously, United are in absolute shambles. This is not, just... Basically, I put Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 0, and I just moved on. So that's what I'm going with. Now, Newcastle at home to Everton. This is where I think the real shakeup is going to happen. Right now, Newcastle are in the driver's seat when it comes to making a Champions League berth, but I think this is where they slip up. I think Everton are one of those teams, they're kind of like a bogey team for a lot of these big clubs in England where they just manage to grind a result. No Isak, it looks like, for Newcastle. That's going to be huge. I don't think they're going to be able to find the goals like they did in previous weeks. I got Newcastle 1, Everton 1, and Newcastle dropped points. And then we get to this game. This is the game of the weekend. All right, I already canceled all my Sunday plans, but this one, you got to this is going to be the game of the weekend, guaranteed. Both teams have to win if they want a chance at Champions League football. Both teams have to win. It doesn't matter the results of the other games, how they're looking at halftime. Both teams will want to win this one, okay? It's going to be so good to watch, bro. I think this is going to be electric. This is going to be high scoring. This is going to be a great game. It's at the City ground in Nottingham. It gives them a little bit of an edge, but I think Chelsea are just the better team at the moment. And I actually think Nicholas Jackson being suspended is actually a benefit for Chelsea. I honestly think that if he was playing, that might make their attack worse. I have Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 2. I think Chelsea will do it. They're a better team, and they will get Europe. Also, to finish up the Premier League games, I have a couple more, but these ones aren't really as important as other ones. Arsenal at Southampton. I'm sorry, I just don't see Arsenal creating many chances in this game, and because of that, I think this is going to be a draw. It's either going to be 0-0 or 1-1. I'm going with 0-0. Southampton will get another point against a big team, but I just don't see Arsenal creating too many chances. As for Liverpool Crystal Palace, this will be another really good game, just because both teams already won everything that they would want to win this season. Crystal Palace, obviously, they won the FA Cup. Liverpool, they won the league. So both don't really have too much to play for, but they're going to be in a celebratory mood. So in that case, I think there's going to be tons of goals in this one. I have Liverpool 4, Crystal Palace 3. I think this is going to be a great game to watch too. And going on those results, I counted up the points. It's in the Premier League. It's going to be Liverpool in first, Arsenal in second, City in third, Chelsea in fourth, Aston Villa in fifth, and because Newcastle dropped points, Newcastle dropped to the Europa League spot in sixth, and the Conference League spot goes to Nottingham Forest. Some extra games that are on, they're kind of like tournament games or cup games. In France, PSG against Rennes. I don't even know how to say that, bro. But PSG, they're just going to flex on them, bro. This is a warm-up to the UCL final. I got PSG winning 3-1. And also the DFB Pokal final. Stuttgart against Arminia Bielefeld. Bielefeld, I think is how you say it. But I think Bielefeld are actually a lower division team. So Stuttgart have a huge advantage. I do have Stuttgart winning this one. I got Stuttgart winning 3, Bielefeld 1. And then the championship final to see who gets promoted to the Premier League. I want Sunderland to win this one. They've been the better team over the course of the season. But just the way that this formatted, it's about who's in form, and Sheffield is in form. It's going to be a good game, but I think Sheffield will pull it off. It is going to be a good game, though. I have Sheffield winning 3, Sunderland 2. I just don't see Sunderland being able to keep up with the goals and the chances that Sheffield are going to. But I'll be rooting for Sunderland. I just don't see it happening. Another game that I'll probably just watch just because I like watching Barcelona play. Barcelona heading to Bilbao. Again, I think this is just going to be a Barca flex show. So both teams are just gonna play. Both teams don't really have too much to play for. I got Barcelona 4, Bilbao 2. So yeah, big weekend of football. Napoli will win the Scudetto. We'll see what happens. We'll be there.